Hello, I'm Pastor Dave, and this is your sermon recap for Monday, January 1st, 2024. Happy New Year. Our passage for this week was Luke chapter 2, verses 22 through 40. And in this passage, Jesus is presented in the temple and is met by Simeon and Anna. Now, if we want to look specifically at when this happened, this would have occurred 33 days after Jesus' birth. But this is a passage that doesn't focus so much on Jesus, Joseph, or Mary, but on two faithful people. The first one is Simeon, who has been awaiting the Messiah, was a faithful man, and was promised by God that he would not pass until he saw the Messiah. And in this passage, God's promise to Simeon is fulfilled. And this is a reminder that it's not just the big promises that are fulfilled, but even the individual promises God makes to us. Now, after the encounter with Simeon and they enter the temple, they meet Anna, an elderly widow who served God through prayer. And this is something the early church actually encouraged through having the office of the widow, where certain widows, especially the older widows who didn't have children at home and maybe didn't have anyone to support them, were supported by the church and engaged in a ministry of prayer and mission. This is Anna to a T. And Anna lived out her faith and was rewarded by seeing the Messiah. This wasn't one of those, I promise you're going to see, like with Simeon, but a reward because she was so faithful. This was a fruit of her faith. And from all of this, we can pick up on a few things. One of them is that good things will come when we wait. Simeon was patient. He wanted to see the Messiah. He desired it, but he was willing to wait for God. And God did reward his patience. And it's a reminder for us that sometimes we need to be patient and to wait. And wait for things to be done when God wants them done. Just as the church has been patient awaiting the return of the Messiah. But also, we get a lesson from Anna that we will ultimately experience the fruit of our faith. In some ways, this is more about what is to come at the end of life or the end of age. But it's also a reminder that God doesn't forget the faithful. That even when we think God has forgotten us or abandoned us, in Anna's case, being widowed, kind of alone, God will still be with us, and we will see a result of our faithfulness in some way, or someone else will benefit from it. So as we wait, as we always do, our faith calls on us to live our faith, to spread the good news, and wait for our Messiah. And ultimately, when we do what God asks us to do, there will be good things that will happen. So that's your recap for this week. Remember, we worship Saturday night at 6:30, Sunday morning at 10:45 in the sanctuary, and we live stream the Sunday morning service at 10:45 on the WSUMC Live Facebook page. But until next time, I'm Pastor Dave, and I hope to see you in worship.